So now I'm recording, okay? So, yes, uh, you know which is the most active sense when there is anesthesia given in operating table, which goes last to be anesthetized. You know, our senses like eyes, our nose, our tongue, and our ears, and the touch sensations. Amongst all these senses, the last one to get anesthetized is the ears. You know, many of you might have an experience also that when you are sleeping and you are not completely deep in the sleep, you know, some sounds which are going around you are also being heard by you. Maybe you experience that it is in the dreams, or when you get up you may experience that I was hearing something like this. So that goes to show, even medically and even spiritually, that the sound, the ear, you know, is the last one to get anesthetized. That means it is the most powerful sense organ which is there with us. So, keeping this in the mind, and our point that Shabda Praman is the most profound way and the most authentic and recommended way to understand the spiritual knowledge. You know, it is the sound vibration which can make this understanding of today's topic, that yes, it is the chanting of the holy names which is the process recommended in the Kali Yuga, and the way of meditation. So let us, friends, explore today how is chanting of the holy names the best way of the yoga for modern age. So I'm sure after you attend this session, many of you are already chanting some of mantras. Many of you, in case any one of you are already chanting some mantras, please type yes in the chat box. So it may not be Hare Krishna mantra, it can be any other mantra, but some chanting audibly. If you are chanting some Gayatri mantra or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, let it be any mantra. So if you are doing this on a regular basis from quite a lot of time, then please write yes in the chat box. Just I wanted to know whether how many of you are familiar with this chanting process, because I saw some of them had been telling me that I'm already chanting one round, two rounds. So I just wanted to confirm. Okay, Manjesh. Okay, so three of you have told some mantras you are chanting. Very good. Anusha, I think, and Dhanush, Rakshita. Okay, Rakshita from past 2 months. Very good. So I think four or five of you are chanting some kind of mantra. Okay. Is anybody chanting the Hare Krishna mantra? Then please type yes in the chat box out of four of you. Anybody is chanting Hare Krishna mantra? Okay, Rakshita is the one who is chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Thank you, Rakshita. So, yes. So, now I got some basic idea about what you are having an idea about the chanting process. Okay, even uh, Anusha, I guess, she's also chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Okay, two of you are chanting already. Thank you. So, now let me share the PowerPoint which we are today, which will depict our today's session. It's over here. Yeah. So is my screen visible, clear? Please type yes in the chat box. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Sharda. I hope it is visible to all of you. And so, why it is the yoga for modern age? Because currently, as we see, that the process of Kali Yuga is so very rampant that many people have been trying the so-called meditation techniques, and it is very much not possible to, you know, concentrate for a long period of time, keeping the hustle and bustle and so much hectic schedules. And even though the lifestyle is very much balanced, but the external environment doesn't allow us to meditate, doesn't allow us to really focus on a very long period of time. So what exactly is the yoga for modern age? You know, I would like to tell you that what the scriptures tell about the different yogas, different meditation techniques, or different processes to attain perfection in different yogas. That in the Satyuga, the mentioned process. I think I also mentioned in the six session course that there were demigods and the demons which were staying in different planets, like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, and the Lord had to come and fight. So it was a interplanetary fights, a so-called interplanetary fight. But when it came to Treta Yuga, the demons and demigods were on the same planet. For example, the Ravana and Ram, Sri Lanka and India. And when it went to Dwapar Yuga, what happened? The elements of demoniac tendencies, that of the Kauravas, and then the good qualities of Pandavas, but not in different countries. Now in the same family, the Kaurava families. And what is in the Kali Yuga? Any guess? What is the situation? Yes, it is not in the same country, it is not in the same family, but it is in the, yes, Manjesh has guessed it, it is in our same body. Right in us, there are both the tendencies, the demoniac and the divine. So now, how to kill? If we kill the demoniac tendencies in our own body, then the divine part will also be killed. So, is there any weapon which can kill only selectively the demoniac part and save the divine part? Yes, that is the Hare Krishna mantra, or yes, the sound vibration. As we see, the sound scientifically has a very very great potential to alter the dynamics, the molecular dynamics of the body. If you see, even in Google, you will get so many experiments where the sound with different frequencies has a great impact on the water flow or the molecules also. Especially the water flow gets changed depending on the frequency of the sound. Yes, the sound is so much effective, has effect on the water molecules. And guess what our body is made up of? 65 to 70% of water, is it not? So when the sound is there, different kinds of sound has different impact, a very severe impact on our molecular arrangement, especially that of the water. So let us say if we go to a discotheque, and there is a very rock solid music going on, ding, chick, ding, chick, dick, chick, dick, chick, dish, dish, something like that. And what happens? The entire molecular equilibrium gets disturbed. Although it may be very soothing and it may be very appealing to a passionate person who is in the mood of Rajoguna, but as we have might have experienced when we come out of a movie theater, although even the movie would have been very thrilling or exciting or emotional, but there is a sense of tiredness which one feels. So internally there is a lot of disturbance which would have taken place because of the Dolby sound, which is very very high pitched sound and very disturbing, or very much effective for the molecular arrangements. On the other side, when there is a soothing sattvic music, the experiments itself show the Indian classical music has a very soothing effect on the body and the molecular arrangements. Scientifically, it has been proved. So this is how we can understand that how much effect has sound on ourselves. That is why the meditation should not be silent or in the mind, which is a common understanding amongst many many people nowadays, in general, that we should do silent meditation. But silent meditation, the mind can easily be taken away. However, the mind is so disturbing and frivolous, and if we don't really focus on the sound, then the mind will be distracted. And that is why in the modern age, Krishna has given us such a big discount. you know uh, Yajnanam japa yagyosmi. That is a verse in the Bhagavad Gita which tells that amongst the yajna, I am the japa yajna. So this chanting of the holy names is called as japa. If we sound loudly, then it is kirtana. So this is japa which we can hear audibly, is called as the chanting process. So now let us go ahead and see what exactly we mean by yoga, because even this term is well misunderstood in the today's scenario. So the general misconception about yoga is that it is just a process of linking ourselves with the supreme. Somehow, in that meditation process and meditational posture and some asana, ourselves, we will be just connected to that supreme lord. And then what next? There is no information about it. if we, even if we get connected, how to talk to God, what is the conversation which will take place, no information is told about that. Rather, nowadays, in the name of yoga, people have just different physical postures or asanas, and it is more focused on the physical health rather than the soul. So this is the misconception people think about yoga, why it is gaining so much popularity, and the international yoga day, etc. It is because it is giving some mental peace and some good physical health. But mind you, friends, this is not what the scriptures are telling. The word yoga means connection to the Supreme Lord, and not only just connection, but to know what to do after connection. That is yoga. Okay, so if you see the sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Ashtanga Yoga, there are eight things, Ashta Anga. There are eight limbs of a yoga which are mentioned, which Krishna in fact told to Arjuna. That when Arjuna asked that how can I we attain perfection? What is the qualities? What is the process? Kindly tell us, Krishna. So Krishna started the list: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Dharana, Samadhi. So all the eight limbs he told: Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So, what is this yama? Controlling the senses. Niyama, following the rules and regulations. One has to go in a jungle. Not that one can sit in a group of 100 people and do some exercise, or close the eyes. And generally, people tend to sleep only. Or snoring sounds also come sometimes. Why? Because we cannot do such a yoga asana just by keeping the eyes closed. According to Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells we have to keep the eyes closed half, and we have to go in a secluded place, and we have to keep a deer skin, and then otherwise the in jungle there will be snakes, etc. coming. And then we have to control the breath, we have to have complete abstinence from the illicit sexual affairs or sex control. And then we have to concentrate. And you know what is dharana? If you can concentrate on one aspect for minimum 12 seconds, then you have attained dharana or concentration. And if you multiply 12 into 12, then you can attain dhyana. So that is 144 seconds, almost a little more than 2 minutes. And again multiplied by 12 seconds, 12 into 12 into 12, which comes around 25 to 26 minutes. Then you have attained a samadhi. What to speak of samadhi? What to speak of dhyana? Even dharana is very difficult in the days of WhatsApp, and so much distraction which goes on in the name of work, or in the name of so much connection or communication, etc. So yes, if this is the case, what to speak of us? Even Arjuna is telling to Krishna, 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 I cannot do this, it is impossible, you have to give me some another way. So imagine if Arjuna is refusing to follow this Ashtanga Yoga, where are we? So that is why we have to understand what is the current method prescribed by Krishna. So I told you all this, that what are requirements for Ashtanga Yoga. So how many of us are willing to give this yoga system a try? Probably not many of us. Yes, there are sages who are sitting in Himalayas even today for hundreds and hundreds of years. But Srila Prabhupada tells a yogi, a sadhu, who is right in the middle of the city, and then he is a much much more better sadhu, a much much more better yogi than a person who is in the Himalayas, because there are so much distractions over here. And in such a distraction, if you can be a focused person, then that is considered to be much more valuable. Yes. So 5,000 years ago, when conditions were much more favorable, Arjuna expressed his inability to practice such yoga, saying, for the mind is restless and turbulent, obstinate and very, very strong, O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. Yeah? Arjuna was capable to control the wind with his arrows, such a big power, cyclone, typhoon, and what not kind of cyclones they come now. Even that can be controlled by Arjuna, but not the mind. So now, my friends, we understand, our main enemy is our mind, not our other persons who are there in our boss, or a person who is outside ourselves, or the situation we generally tend to blame. No, it is our own mind who is the greatest enemy when it is uncontrolled. And that is why Arjuna is frankly telling to Krishna that I cannot control, you have to give me some other process. Hmm? And then the different yoga practices for different yugas, as I already mentioned. There is a shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam which also tells. So in, you can see the last line, kalau tad hari kirtanat. In Kali Yuga, the prescribed method is kirtana, or the japa yagya, which I told. Kirtana means chanting in chorus together, sankirtana. That is very very easy. Can you imagine if everybody is singing Hare Krishna in a room, 50 people sitting together, and along with mridang kartal, with nice music, classical music, and the kirtan is very very enthusiastically going on. It is hardly possible that our mind can go and even think of some tensions. You will tend to forget that, and you will be focusing on the holy names. So this is what is prescribed in this today's modern yuga. And yes, the individual chanting is on the daily basis, and which about which now we will see more in detail. Okay. So as I told, in Satyuga, the meditation, which the lifespan was very long, so people used to live for 1 lakh years, and so it was the recommended practice. Whereas in Treta Yuga, the lifespan was 10,000 years, and that is why the recommended process was yagya. But in yagya, there are pure brahmanas required, pure material required, and nowadays there are no pure brahmana. I saw one brahmana who is lighting his cigarette by the yagya fire, the sacrificial fire. Can you imagine? Nowadays the brahmanas are telling, yes, yes, I am a pakka brahmana, but I eat eggs also. So we understand that even eggs are not considered to be a vegetarian diet. Some of them have a conception that egg is vegetarian, but no, even egg is not a vegetarian, and there are detailed explanations for that. So the Treta Yuga, the yagyak sacrifice is not a recommended one. And Dwapar Yuga, there was elaborate deity worship in the temple. The pujari will do nice worship. However, now that also is not so much possible, as there are so nice important steps which has to be followed, and detailed Vedic procedure, which is very difficult in today's day and age. So that is why the chanting of the holy names is the most prescribed way. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the incarnation of Lord Krishna, who came as a devotee 500 years back in West Bengal, Nadia place, he is considered, he is predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam that he will be coming. And there are enough number of predictions, more than 64 predictions, that he is non different from Krishna, but he's a devotee form. So he, actually, Arjuna was told Bhagavad Gita, but 5000 years down the line, it was saying that nobody is able to follow the teachings of Bhagavad Gita practically. So Lord Krishna decided that now let me go and become a devotee and show these people that how to practice the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So that is how he is coming, and he is practically showing that, oh, forget about Vedas, forget about this detailed injunctions of the scriptures. It is very difficult for a Kali Yuga person to understand, to grab this. Just chant these holy names, and that's all. You don't have to do anything. Such a big discount. So yes, now the question comes, such a simple process, sir, you are telling, just chanting of the holy names, Hare Krishna. I feel that there may be something more deep, there can be something more valuable. Yes, we feel that something more difficult is something more better, but not always. This may appear to be very simple, but it is not so simple, because when we practice, when we chant, we see that the mind gets distracted again. So we have to understand the process, the scientific process of this chanting, and how to become a good chanter, and how to control the mind by chanting, and ultimately get our destination, that is the stoppage of this birth and death cycle. So yes, let us see some scriptural evidences for this in the different religions, and then we can discuss some question and answers. So, what do the major religions say about the chanting of the holy names? So, till now we discussed that yes, it is the different yugas. They mention different sacrificial or different process of meditation, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satyuga. And since all this is not possible now, and even Arjuna rejects the method of Ashtanga Yoga because of the very nature of the mind. So, if Arjuna is able to refuse it, then how can we practice this so called Ashtanga Yoga? And we see 99% of the gurus, the 99% of the yogis, nowadays people have a very bad impression about so called spiritualist. Why? Because they ultimately end up cheating people, not able to properly perform the yoga because they are not following the scriptures nicely. And that is why people think that, oh, this process is not possible, and this so-called spirituality means there is something problem in that. But we have to understand that not every Muslim is a terrorist, not every doctor is a thief. Similarly, not all the sadhus or not the all these priests are cheaters. But there are genuine sadhus, and there are who are genuinely following. Some of them are proved to be culprit because of the nature of Kali Yuga, and we have to understand that that doesn't mean that the process of finding out a guru completely is rejected. We have to find out based on the scriptures, and that is why we are taking help of the scriptures and these sessions. So yes, not only Sanatan Dharma, even Christianity tells that we have to they give the importance to the holy names, as Jesus Christ glorified it. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. As you see that there are rosaries, and Christians also are seen to be chanting on the beads about the holy names. Sikhism, Guru Nanak prayed, in the ambrosial hours of the morning I meditate on the grace of true name. Islam repeatedly chants the sacred name of God Allah, and Buddhists also practice repetition of the name of Lord Buddha, Namu Amid Butsu. And what to speak of Sanatan Dharma, which recommends the holy names of Lord in the form of a mantra. So many places, and we will see now which are the places which help us to understand that where this is recommended. So now we will see the scriptural injunctions where it is recommended that one should chant the holy names in the Kali Yuga. So here it is. What is a mantra? A mantra means a man plus tra. The word mantra comes by this combination, man plus tra. So mantra. Man means the mind, and the tra means deliverer. So actually, our mind is the one which requires some treatment. So this mantra helps our conditioned mind, which is always again and again focusing on non-spiritual objects or materialistic objects. Tendency is there to go away from the Lord. So how to get it back? How to get it back to the spiritual subject matter. That is what is the function of this mantra, and that is why a mandir is not called mandir. It is why it is not called tandir, because it is not treating the body, it is treating the mind. That is why it is mandir. Similarly, this mantra is trying to focus on the mind. So, one more example I can give. We go to a gymnasium, we build muscles, and slowly we increase the weight, our lifting capacity. Similarly, this chanting of the mantra is the gymnasium of our mind. It helps the muscle of the mind to be more and more stronger. Now, what is this muscle of the mind? Is there a muscle in the mind? Yeah. What is the muscle of the mind? It is the ability to get back our mind to where we want it. Not helplessly drag or lose the focus of our mind. Rather, we can control the mind where we want it to be. So that is the sum and substance of this word mantra, and we can deliver the whole mind, which is the real enemy for us. So yes, this chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is what we are talking about. It is a 16 word mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very simple. The repetition is also not very difficult. And now many of you might have heard about it, and many of you might have questions about it. So let us discuss more on it. Burn away the bad habits through the mantra meditation. So how to do that? Here is the, see, I give you the example of a magnifying glass. A magnifying glass or a converging convex lens which is there. If you use it, then the sun rays will be focused at a particular focal length. Okay. So
I think.
suppose
ते
you take
असंच
a
करा
paper
ते
and
काय
you
नाही
keep the paper in the
ते पण समोर
terrace.
पाहिजे ना
Okay, I request the participants to keep their audio
ते
muted.
पॅनचा फोटो नको ठेवू मोबाईल मध्ये
There is some voice which is coming.
झेरॉक्स वगैरे असावी
Okay, I hope now it is better. So we were discussing on the example of Okay, still I think somebody has not yet muted. Okay.
त्या कप्प्यात पप्पाची तुमची लागलं तर मला तेच टाकून ठेवा त्याचे काम झाले की ह्याच्यात दिवाळीचे कपडे असल्या बाजूला काय हिरो मला माझा असेल
Okay.
मोजे
So I have muted all. I hope now there is no background sound. Okay. So we were discussing about the lens example, that how when we keep a paper inside the on the terrace, and then we try to see that what happens to the paper. So what will happen with the paper? Will the paper burn? No, the paper will be like that. Maximum it can become a little yellowish. But if you keep a focus length, and then if you really focus the sun rays, even if it is in the evening time, you will see that the paper becomes charged. So what is the fundamental here? That the rays are getting focused at a point by the convex lens. Similarly, this mantra is helping to gather our thoughts at one point. You can take an example of a bullock cart. uh, uh, yeah, the bullock cart, let us say there are three different directions, or four different directions where the horses are tied to the bullock cart, to the cart. And these horses are going, one in the north, one in the east, one in the west, one in the south. And when you allow them to run, the cart will go nowhere. Similarly, our thoughts are also pulling us in four different directions when they are not controlled. So if you really want to focus, then what we have to do? We have to actually keep all the four horses in the same direction. And when you do that, then you see the cart starts moving very smoothly and uniformly in one direction. So this mantra meditation realigns all our thoughts in one direction to a focused point where we can go undistractedly, which is the best done in the morning hours. Because when you see in the evening hours, the distraction is much more, the thought process has been exercised more, so it is very difficult to chant in the evening times, especially what we have observed. In the early morning hours, especially Brahma Muhurta, from 2 hours before the sunrise is the best time to do this process. However, we can start from anywhere. There are no strict rules and regulations, and about which we will also discuss now. So yes, even the doctors advise that this stress reduction and the positive thinking therapy, which is being studied scientifically, it has these four basic elements, that is a quiet environment, a comfortable position, the repetition of a prayer chanting, a passive attitude free from thoughts. So when you try to chant and your Hare Krishna mantra in such an environment, then you see that you can get the best benefit. And a repetition of a prayer, it also helps to calm down the mind. And if you see that there are different waves, alpha, beta, gamma, in which the mind is functioning. So it is said, when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, even in IIT Kharagpur, there is a research going on the Hare Krishna mantra compared to the other meditational techniques. And it is seen that after chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, the mind waves come in the level of alpha, which is considered to be the most relaxed state. So in that state, that is the Sattva Guna state, where we can really understand what is good, what is bad, what is spiritual life, and what is materialistic life. When we are not in this level, the Sattva Guna level, precisely when the alpha waves are, the mind is in the alpha level, that wavelength, then we cannot understand. Only we are so disturbed that we cannot analyze, because this is a subtle science. Understanding how the karma acts, how the modes of material nature, rajagun, sattvagun, tamogun is acting, it is very subtle. For example, if I can give you, a person who is in a sattva can immediately see that a room which is filled with tamoguna is not, he's not able to access, he's not very happy, he's very stinking. But a person who is already in tamoguna, he's not taken bath, if he goes also in a room which is filled of tamoguna, he will not feel any difference. So this is a subtle science which one can feel. and precisely what this chanting can help us to rise from this rajo and sattva guna to tamo guna to sattva guna. Yeah. So scriptural references for chanting the holy names of the Lord. So now we can see Narayana Samhita, how it is told that Dwapariyar Janair Vishnu Pancharatrais tu Kevalai Kalau tu Nama Matrena Pujyate Bhagavan Hari. So in Dwapar Yuga, people will worship the deity Vishnu. Pancharatrika Vidhi to Kevalai. Pancharatrika Vidhi is like offering five elements earth, water, fire, air, ether to the deity. You know, we do arti, we offer incense, we offer water and the flowers, etc. All they represents earth, water, fire, ether. But Kalautu Naman Matrena, no other technique but only chanting of the holy names. Pujyate Bhagavan Hari. We can worship the Lord in this form. Let us see what is Narayan Samhita and now Kali Santanara Upanishada. So if somebody has to ask you, you know, if you are telling where is the reference for Hare Krishna mantra, is it written in Bhagavad Gita? Yeah, in the Bhagavad Gita, as I told you, Japanam Japayagyosmi. You know, in the chanting process, I am that chanting process. In the sacrificial process, I am the chanting of the holy name. Now, what is sacrificing in the chanting? How is this a sacrificial process? You may wonder, Prabhuji, sacrifice means we have to put some ghee, you have to put some, grains and fruits, then it is a sacrifice. So, in this chanting of Hare Krishna, what is the sacrifice? In chanting, the sacrifice is our consciousness, that we are not allowing our consciousness to get dragged here and there, but we are allowing our consciousness to be in the meditation of the Lord. Uh, yes. So, Hare Krishna is the mantra and it is supported in Kali Santanara Upanishada. Iti Shodashakanamnam Kali Kalmashanashanam Natah Paratarapaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. So, Natah Parataropaya, there is no other way. Rather, in all the Vedic scriptures, Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. We have seen all the Vedas, and in Kali Kalmasha, the problems of Kali can only be finished, Nashanam, by this 16 word mantra. You know, Iti Shodashakam Nam. So, this is the 16 syllable mantra or the word mantra, Hare Krishna mantra, which is very, very much recommended for removing all the dirt of the Kali Yuga. So, this is one reference of Hare Krishna mantra. Now, we can see one more reference of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is written by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam. That means this Hare Krishna mantra only. Kalau Nasteva, 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 three times. Mind you, if there is anything repeated three times, that means it is so very important. Gatir Anyatha, there is no other way other than chanting the holy names. Now it may appear little fanatic, is it not? Oh, Prabhuji, how is this? Oh, my sir, how is this? There is no other way other than the chanting of the holy names. I know many other mantras like Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, or I can have a silent meditation, or I can just do something good, reading Bhagavad Gita and teaching the Bhagavad Gitas to others. But no, here it is very clearly said we are not concocting, or I am not giving my own mantra, or ISKCON is also not giving its own mantra. It has not just come by Swami Prabhupada. It is not just come by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but it is written in the very scriptures, the Vedic scriptures. Okay, the question comes, why people are not aware of this? Why very few people of ISKCON only chant this Hare Krishna mantra? Yes, see, if you go to a diamond shop, the customers are very few. If you go to a gold shop, the customers are more because diamond is more costlier. Similarly, what is the costly thing here in Hare Krishna chanting? We are not only prescribe the chanting of this, but we prescribed a minimum 16 rounds. I cannot tell you now to do that 16 rounds, but yes, slowly and gradually we need to go to that level. And not only that, the four regulative principles, that is, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. The moment you tell these four things in the Western world, people tell life is blank without all these things. There is no use of life. At least in India, people are accustomed to at least two or three principles very easily from their birth. But even in India nowadays, it is becoming very bad, and people are right and left breaking these four regulative principles. So, along with that, this has to be followed because Those four principles are the places where Kali Yuga stays. You know, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Parikshit Maharaj saw that this Kali is trying to enter, and Parikshit Maharaj had the power to stop Kali Yuga from entering, but this was the desire of the living entities, and the Lord had to facilitate. So, okay, Parikshit Maharaj told, if you want to enter, you can remain in these four places wherever people do gambling, wherever people intoxicate, wherever people have illicit sex, and wherever people eat non vegetarian food, meat eating. So, this is the place given to Kali Yuga. And if we try this Hare Krishna mantra and don't do this four, if we regulative principles we follow, then we are rid of the Kali Yuga effects. We can easily understand Bhagavad Gita, spiritual knowledge, and ascend very fast to our goal. So there are enough scriptural examples and quotations. This is one more in Srimad Bhagavatam. Kaler dosha nidhe rajan asti hi eko mahan guna kirtanad eva krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajet. Means what? Kaler dosha nidhe rajan. Oh Raja, oh Parikshit Raja, Shukdev Goswami is telling there are so many faults in Kali Yuga. But asti hi eko mahan guna. Yes, there is a bad adharma spreading everywhere. Day by day, Kali Yuga adharma is increasing. No doubt about it. But my friend, there is one good thing in Kali Yuga. What is that? Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vrajet. Only by just chanting the holy names, Kirtana, you can get rid of all these problems and you can be liberated. So that is the recommendation. And as I was telling, Bhagavad Gita 10.25, Yagyanam Japa Yagyosmi. Amongst the sacrifice, I am this Japa Yagya. So what is this Japa? The Japa is the chanting of the holy names on the beads. Okay. So we will try to, if time permits, we'll try to do one round today. And so as these are the scriptural injunctions. Now let us understand the practicality of this chanting. I'm sure some of you might have doubts also. So many of your doubts may get solved here itself. That what are the do's while we chant the holy names? So we have to chant the Panch Tattva mantra before starting to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. So what is the Panch Tattva mantra and what is its meaning? Yeah, the Panchatattva mantra is this. As you might have heard me chanting in the beginning of the class in the prayer, Shri Krishna Chaitanya means Lord Krishna Chaitanya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is standing in the between with the both the hands raised in the center. He is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, non-different from Krishna, who appeared as a devotee 5,000 years back. And Prabhu Nityananda is on the right hand side of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna Chaitanya in blue color dhoti. He is Nityananda or is non-different from Balaram. So he is called as the a very merciful incarnation who is very mercifully giving these holy names to others. So they are all come with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years back. And on the right hand side of Nityananda is Advaita Acharya. He is non-different from the incarnation of Shiva and Mahavishnu together, combined incarnation. On the left hand side of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srivas, and on the left of Srivas is Sri Gadadhara. So Srivas is non-different from Narad Muni, and Gadadhara is non-different from Radharani. So these five together, they are considered to be the principal incarnations in the Kali Yuga who have come to give this Hare Krishna mantra. The one of the main reasons why they have come is to distribute this holy name. And you will see the scripture predictions are there that these holy names will spread all over the world. Almost it has spread already. Almost every country, 600 countries have now this ISKCON centers. 600 ISKCON centers are there throughout the world. Almost all the countries, except very few, are pending who don't have a ISKCON center. And this Hare Krishna mantra is there going on everywhere. You know, we have a Sankirtan party who go to villages, who go by walking to every town and village and keep chanting this Hare Krishna mantra so that people can get benefited. So the 500-year back prediction is coming true now. And this is five who actually started the Hare Krishna movement 500 years back. And Srila Prabhupada is the one who actually propagated it very widely in all the countries. So that is the Panchatattva mantra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura is another name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he is having a Gaura Varna, that is a very golden form. the golden color his skin is. So bhakta vrinda together with his devotees. So this mantra, if you can chant before you start your Hare Krishna mantra, then it is understood. Even if we do some mistakes, let us say our mind gets distracted, or we by mistake see the mobile phone, or we tend to not attentively hear the holy names, then we will be forgiven of our problems, because initially we may do mistakes. So that is to be understood, that if you just chant it, and you can take a picture, or I can send you in the WhatsApp group also this mantra, and whenever you start your chanting process, you can start with this mantra. It is the recommended way. Now, what are the do's? Yes, one has to chant audibly, not in the mind. If, as I told you, if you do in the mind, you will fall asleep, but the sound will keep you awake, and the sound will do the purification. It will not only enter the ears, but deep inside to our heart, where the dirt is there, the actual dirt, the rajoguna, the tamoguna is there in our heart, and it is covering our very powerful soul. So this purification process, if it has to be done, you have to chant the mantra audibly, and not so loudly that people get disturbed, but soft enough to hear yourself. You should be able to hear it very clearly, and pronounce each name distinctly. Not that Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare, not like that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Clear pronunciation, no cut shorting, so no shortcut. So then you have to chant with respect, devotion, and concentration. Not like you go to a window sightseeing and see the whole world, and then Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Not like that. We have to chant as if Krishna is right in front of us, because there is no difference between this mantra and Krishna himself. It is said that Krishna is present on your tongue when you are chanting the holy names. We will discuss more about this, that how this the mantra and Krishna are non different in our future classes. But yes, we have to be very respectful, and as much as possible we should be very attentive and devotional, that, oh Krishna, please help me to come out of these problems. Yeah, I did not tell you the meaning of the mantra, which is also very important. If you know the meaning, you will get to know more about the devotion, and the feelings will come. So the meaning of this Hare Krishna mantra is very simple. Hare is the meaning of the meaning of the word Hare is nothing but energy of the Lord, the internal energy. There is external energy and there is internal energy. So what is the external energy of the Lord? This material world, the Durga Devi, is considered the external energy of the Lord. What is the internal energy of the Lord? Srimati Radharani, or Vrinda Devi, Tulsi Maharani, who are there in the spiritual world, and they are serving the Lord there only. So when we want to go back to the spiritual world, when we want to again engage back in that internal energy of the Lord, so we have to address through Hare. So even if we have to meet PM, we have to go through the secretary. So Srimati Radharani, or this internal energy of the Lord, is the assistant of the Lord. So we don't go directly, but we go via the assistant. Then the assistant will recommend us. So Hare Krishna. So that is the meaning of Hare Krishna. So why Hare Rama? Okay, what is the difference between Krishna and Rama? Actually, there is no difference. Both are one and the same. But yes, Rama is also incarnation of Krishna, and or incarnation of Vishnu, who comes in the Treta Yuga. And there is no much difference between Krishna and the Rama. There is very small subtle difference, which we will try to see in the later classes. But yes, for you now, that is enough to know that there is no difference between the word Krishna and Rama. Both give equal benefit. Yes, the word Krishna is actually more beneficial according to scriptures. One name of Rama is equal to 1,000 name of Lord Vishnu, it is told, and one name of Krishna is equal to three names of Rama. So one Krishna is equal to 3,000 names of Vishnu. So this is written in the scriptures. But yes, for you, you can chant this Hare Krishna mantra only. Not to think that, okay, full mantra we can do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. No, we cannot do such thing, because this is given by the scriptures. So we should follow it as it is. And you can chant in any place, sitting or walking, facing any direction. There is no east, west, north, south. But you can chant in the early morning, preferably sitting at one place. That is always beneficial. By walking we tend to get distracted and mind may go here and there. Yeah, if you feel little awkward you can, but best is to sit and chant. Now, you can also chant at any time. However, it is recommended to chant during the early morning hours, as I told you, Brahma Muhurta. That is just 2 hours before the sunrise. You can also chant either before or after taking bath. But after taking bath is advisable so that more sattva guna is there. It will help us to focus more. And it is recommended to keep a count. So as you can see, this person is having the beads, 108. Why we should count? Yes, because 108 is a very auspicious number. It is told that there are 108 Upanishads. There are 108 gopis of Krishna, who are out of them 8 are very principal. So 108, there are very very auspicious places in India, also in the South India especially. So considering this Ashtotara Shat, Ashta means 100 and the Ashta means 8 and Ashtotara Shat means 100. This number is very auspicious, and that is why we have 108 in a mala. Now we have to chant while having a proper count, not that प्रभु जी जब भी मन है थोड़ा मैं बोलता रहता हूँ. Okay, you can do that, it is very helpful, but keeping a proper count is very much recommended so that we know that how much we are doing, how much sacrifice we are doing of consciousness. If there is no count, then our mind will cheat us. ओके टुडे थोड़ा कर लेते हैं, कल ज़्यादा कर लेंगे. आफ्टर ऑल भगवान तो हृदय में है ना, अवर गॉड इज देयर इन द हार्ट. नो, such complacencies are not very much encouraged. So what are the don'ts of chanting? One should not chant only a portion of Mahamantra. Full 16 word Mahamantra should be chanted, not half. And one should not chant on the Krishna bead of the mala. So here is the, as you can see in the figure also and here also, this is called as Krishna bead, the principal bead or the head bead. So this is not different from Krishna. So when we start the mantra, we can go from one side and come back from the other side, or when we start from here we can go till here. Suppose when you slowly start chanting more than one round, then when you finish the mantra from here to here, instead of jumping it, you should go reverse. Why? Because Krishna is considered to be this bead, we should respect and we should not jump over it. So that is one thing which you can take care. And one should not chant while reading a book or newspaper or watching, etc. And you can see here the person is not using this index finger. Why we should not use index finger? It is said in the scriptures by our acharyas that this is a very dirty finger, materially also and spiritually also. Materially, why? We may put it in our nose, we may put it in our ears, and this may become dirty, or we point out you are a bad person. So this finger is spiritually contaminated and all the dirt is supposed to be in this finger, so we avoid using this finger. You can chant on the ring finger, okay, as it is shown in the picture. And one should not chant while reading a book, etc. With benefits of chanting, as we can see, there are many scientific studies, many personalities, and many evidences that how people have got benefited. It is not that okay, you start chanting now and after 5 years you will get the benefit. No, immediately, within few days you will see the difference. As it is told in Bhagavad Gita, pratyaksha dharmyam सुसुखम कर्तुम अव्ययम राजविद्या राजगुह्यम पवित्रम idam uttamam. This knowledge is so very great, oh Arjuna, that you can directly experience it. Pratyaksha vagamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyam. It is very much happiness giving. So yes, it is recommended in medical psychology. Anything done for 21 days continuously becomes a habit. So my request is you can try this at least for 21 days, one mantra, one round of Hare Krishna 108 times, and you will see that the habit is forming and you will not feel like stopping it because you are starting to get pleasure. You will see that your tension gets reduced, and at least it has happened with me, and I have seen so many people doing it for years together, 30, 40, 50 years, without any difficulties. And why we can chant? Because they are experiencing the happiness. Otherwise, so many people around the whole globe, maybe lakhs and lakhs of people are now chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. Not only the ISKCON devotees, but many people connected to ISKCON devotees also. And that is the benefits of chanting Hare Krishna. And there is no loss, Prabhupada tells, in giving a try at least. And as I discussed how the mind goes into the alpha zone, which is the relaxed alert zone. Above that is active zone, where generally we are, tied up, frustrated with our so-called many activities. And below is drowsiness zone or sleepy zone. So this also should be avoided. So mantra meditation leads to a relaxed state of mind and with alertness. So the benefits are, we get free from the sins, we get relieved from our unwanted habits, and there are so many people, so many personalities having good experience with chanting. They themselves are doing it, and they are recommending to others also. It is not only that it's a ISKCON brand or a Prabhupada's mantra. People are experiencing, and the results are there for itself. you know these are the personalities who are already chanting and getting the benefits all over the world. So this was about George Harrison also. Yes, that he made many albums on Hare Krishna, and it became very popular. So Hare Krishna mantra, please chant and be happy. That is what Prabhupada recommended. So just to revise what we studied today, we first discussed that how this Ashtang Yoga, the modern age for yoga, what is the meaning of the word yoga, and not to be misunderstood by it, but to just understand that it is not only the linking process, but also after that, how to talk to God. So now the question may be, okay, we are chanting Hare Krishna, now how we will talk to God? How will Hare Krishna mantra help us to talk to God? Yes, you need to be in touch with the classes, and yes, our further sessions will help you to understand more, that not only this helps us link to God, but we start talking also to God. There are enough number of evidences in the scriptures and practical day life experiences also to help us believe this. And we saw what is yoga according to Krishna telling Arjuna in the 6th chapter, which is very difficult. And so Arjuna tells, please tell me something else. And we saw that how in Kali Yuga it is the chanting of the holy names, which is the recommended process in all the chanting is the holy names is recommended in most of the religions. And then we saw the meaning of mantra, which delivers the mind, and we gave the example of the convex lens, which focuses the distracted thoughts and makes us more focused. And also we discussed the practical benefits of chanting Hare Krishna, how it makes us relaxed, and many scriptural references from different scriptures. We saw it is not something new. Okay, it is already existing, and we saw how to do it actually, what are the do's and what are the don'ts. So now let us take some question answers before we actually one round of chanting, if anybody has any question answers. Or yeah, you can post it in the chat box. And if you are all okay, then I was thinking at least to chant a few mantras, maybe 27 mantras or so. Maybe just quarter the bead, quarter round of the 108 27 mantras. And you can share your experience also after that. Okay. Okay, there is a question here, so let us take some few questions. If we wear Rudrakshamala, should we not consume non-veg? Can we remove it uh, while eating non-veg and wear the next day, or should we stop eating non-veg? Yeah, generally the recommended thing is that Rudraksha Mala is representing the devotee of Lord Shiva. It is recommended that those who are worshipping Lord Shiva, they generally wear the Rudraksha Mala. Even Lord Shiva will be happy if one does not eat non-vegetarian food. So it is not that when we are eating non-vegetarian food we can remove the Rudraksha Mala, and then after that we wear it again. The whole concept of not eating non-vegetarian food is that it actually disturbs our consciousness, because we see that our anatomy is not meant for eating non-vegetarian food. And not only it is physically harmful, but also our spiritually it is so much very harmful. And scientifically also we see that our canine tooth, only one canine tooth is there. That is why we are considered to be actually omnivorous, and most of our teeth are that of a herbivorous animal, that is of the deer, a flat teeth. So we see the acidity also of our stomach is 6.5 to 7, which matches that of a deer. Rather than that, the acidity of a tiger is 2 pH, which is meant for eating non-vegetarian food. Even the length of our intestine is very very big, so it is meant for digesting vegetarian food and not non-vegetarian food, because non-vegetarian food undergoes anaerobic metabolism. And if that is the thing which we do, our intestine is almost 6 meters long. And such a time, if the non-vegetarian food remains in the intestine, it will become too much decomposed, and lot of cancerous diseases and toxins will be produced. So altogether, one should think that how we can focus slowly to stop this eating non-vegetarian food. Mind you, it is no problem in case you have this habit of eating non-vegetarian food. And can we chant this Hare Krishna mantra? Yes, you can still chant. And once you get a good replacement, a good experience, then you will see that automatically all the bad habits will go away. Not only the big things like non-vegetarian food or so, even the small small bad habits will slowly and gradually go away. So focus on chanting the holy names. Maybe rudrakshamala, no problem. You can wear it, you can chant on it, but start chanting the holy names. That is what I request you. Okay. One more question is, eating non-veg is not a good karma, but there are people who kill animals for god in the festivals. Yes. So we should understand that why this is happening, because people are not understanding the real essence of the scriptures. They are misunderstanding it. Those who are eating uh, yeah, I will allow to unmute once I finish the chat questions. Okay. So actually, those who are doing this, they think that it is recommended in the scriptures. It is written in one of the Vedas that one can offer non-vegetarian food to Kali. But if you see, that was not meant for Kali Yuga. There was some exceptions given when this killing of animals in front of the demigods were recommended for some specific purpose. When a proper qualified brahmana or a priest who knows the mantra chanting properly, when he recites the mantra very nicely, and when he kills the animal, we see that the animal gets a good birth, or the animal changes the old body to a young body. So this was done to see whether the brahmana is chanting the mantra properly or not. It was a test for a brahmana. And when people were qualified to chant, they saw that yes, the animal is actually getting a young body. So in that way it was being practiced, and under certain rules and regulations. But nowadays there are no proper brahmanas who can chant so perfectly. What to speak of that, even in the Muslims, if you see that whoever wherever that is prescribed, it is not that any and every day you can buy a non-vegetarian item from the shop and eat it. But on a precise day, one can do this sacrifice of killing in the mosque, and divide into 8 parts and give 7 parts in charity, and 1 part he can bring at home. So there are so many rules and regulations. And especially in Kali Yuga, this is not a recommended thing, because nowadays there are no proper priests available, and there are many many other more options. Some people may tell that one may not be very healthy if one eats vegetarian food, and vitamin deficiency, vitamin B12, etc. But no, there are sufficient supplements, and we can see ourselves in all our ISKCON movements. There are people in foreign countries, even in Russia, where getting vegetarian food is so difficult, people still survive, and they can nicely healthily live. So we have to try to understand that how we can slowly understand the importance of vegetarian diet for spiritual life. Okay, so I hope that is helping for now. Okay, there are more questions coming up. Killing the animals as a sacrifice, as mentioned in the scriptures or in festivals, is not a good practice or not recommended, and it is not at all a good karma. So, yeah, okay, Yashwant, I will allow you to unmute. Just give me 2 minutes. Can we chant Panchatattva mantra before chanting any other mantra too? Uh, yeah, it depends on which mantra you are chanting. Generally, Panchatattva mantra is recommended for Hare Krishna mantra, because they have been propagating this Hare Krishna mantra. So they will be very happy if you chant the Hare Krishna mantra. And okay, in case you are chanting some other mantras, you can still chant this and you can chant those mantras. There is nothing wrong in it. However, it goes well with the Hare Krishna mantra. That is what only I can say. Okay, you can chant both. You can chant Hare Krishna mantra also, and your another mantra which you may be regularly chanting, and you can keep a good combined thing, and you can chant the Panchatattva mantra in both the times. Okay, sir, can how water gets contaminated when it's still in a same place pond? I have also contaminated, like being negative and feeling loneliness. How can I get rid of this? Okay, so contaminated water, it absorbs lot of dirt from the surrounding, and when the water does not flow, then we see that there are when the water is flowing, the flowing water doesn't gather organisms. The microorganisms can grow where the water is still, and so it allows the microorganisms to multiply. But when the water is flowing, the microorganisms, even if they are there, they are not able to multiply, and so the water will not be decayed. And as far as the negativeness or feeling loneliness is concerned, yeah, these all indicate a tamoguna, which can be easily overcome by our positive and sattva guna practice. And Hare Krishna chanting is the king of sattva guna. It is actually even above sattva guna. I gave you the example of iron rod. Probably some of you might have not been there. I will repeat it, that iron rod is considered to be one of the gunas, either sattva, rajo, or tamo guna. Okay, but we keep iron rod in the fire. What happens? For a long time, the iron rod gets the qualities of the fire, and then even the iron rod becomes hot. Even the iron rod starts emanating uh, light, is it not? It becomes red hot. Similarly, when we chant Hare Krishna, we may be in Rajvagun, Sattvagun, or Tamoguna, but we are associating with Hare Krishna mantra, which is pure Sattvagun, 100%. So the more you associate, you will get more benefited with those qualities. And what are the qualities of Hare Krishna mantra? No negativeness, full of positiveness, and no feeling of loneliness. You are there with so many people. There are so many people who were feeling loneliness, but after coming to ISKCON, they have got such a big family that they tell that they are more happier than their relatives also, because here the devotees are so friendly, so much caring, and they feel completely at home. So that may help, I think, for that question. Sir, we can chant Mahamantra during menstruation. Yes, there is no hard and fast rule, and one can chant even during menstruation. This is such a very nice mantra. It has no rules and regulations. And yes, during menstruation one may not do deity worship or enter the temple or do any other so-called activities, but Hare Krishna mantra can be chanted. I have become more negative minded person. I have tried to be positive, but my tongue doesn't have control. How water gets contaminated? Okay, so yes, the best form of controlling the tongue, very good question. I appreciate this, because tongue is the one which actually controls the mind. There is very intimate connection between tongue and the mind, and the tongue and the genitals, and through the belly. It is in the one line. So in the scriptures it is told, if you control your tongue, then you can control all other senses. This is the most vicious and most dangerous sense, the tongue. Any word spoken cannot be retracted. It's like an arrow, one shot, you cannot take it back. People remember for days and months together and years together that you told me like this 10 years back, and they really remember. So we have to control the tongue, because our mind is not controlled. Our tongue speaks any and everything rubbish. So we have to control the mind, and the entry is the tongue. So by chanting Hare Krishna and not speaking anything others, unnecessary things, we will see that our tongue controls. Another thing to control the tongue is prasad. When you eat food which is offered only to Krishna, then you can control your tongue very very easily. All of us like eating, and we can offer very nice, we can make very nice good foodstuffs at home also, and just offer it to Krishna. There is a small process. We offer tulsi, we chant the Panchatattva mantra, the Hare Krishna mantra, and that's all. You offer it and keep the plate for 3 minutes. Keep a separate nice clean plate for the Lord, and always offer your food in that. Finish. Your tongue is controlled, no more problem of tongue. And for your good news, that we are planning to send all of you some prasad from the temple, and soon a link will be posted in the WhatsApp group, where you can fill your details of your address, and all of you will be getting prasad. Okay, so I hope it will be very happy to know about this. All of you will be waiting for that moment to get the prasad. And how water gets contaminated when it is still in a small place pond? I have also contaminated like this. Yeah, so I answered that one. I try to be positive, but my tongue doesn't have control. I'll be alone. Yes, so I told you how to control the tongue. So now, Prauji, if a died insect and ants is there, if we say Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, does that ant insects get mukti? I mean, dead insects or animals or plants? No. In case it is about to die and still it has life, then it has a good chance to not get mukti, but it can at least get a human form of body. So that is how we can try to do it. Dhanush is asking, Guruji, I have heard that on Vaikuntha Ekadashi, whoever dies gets salvation. Is this true? Yeah, it is a good moment to for a person to leave his body, undoubtedly. But that doesn't mean that you do any an amount of sins, or do not follow any rules and regulations and just kill yourself on Vaikuntha Ekadashi. Oh, yesterday was Vaikuntha Ekadashi, and if somebody tells that I will kill myself because I can get salvation, no, that is not the attitude. What is the attitude also matters. If our karma is not good, and if our desires are not good, then a person, even if he kills himself on Vaikuntha Ekadashi, will not go to spiritual world, or he will not get salvation. So all these are not simply artificial things. It is to be understood in a very holistic perspective. So I hope that helps you. Because I say, when I see like that and pray in the name of the Lord. Surely, I think her question was that whether the insects get liberated. No, they don't get liberated, but they surely get a higher birth if you chant it. So a link is posted in the chat box now, very soon, where you can fill your details, where all of you will be getting prasad. So you can post your address, mailing address, and it will help us to send the gifts also for the toppers. So please make sure that we will post it in the WhatsApp group later. And Prinan is asking, on occasion of Mathematics Day, we recall Ramanujan. Okay, yes. Surely they are great personalities, they are spiritual minded, and some days like this will help us to remind such personalities. Um, yes, Rakshita, sir. Okay, we touch the beads to chant. Okay, is it considered inauspicious? Usually, we are not supposed to keep them on the ground. So actually, there are tulsi beads which we should not do now. We should not use now till we get initiated. So we can use the neem beads. Neem beads are okay, even if we touch during any of the contaminated situation of ours, and that is allowed in the scriptures. But tulsi beads are very sacred, and we don't allow. Even the neem beads we try and not to touch the ground, and that is why there is a bead bag also which we use. So yes, on neem beads you can chant even in contaminated stages. Okay. In a trance state, he used to recite mathematical formulas. Wanted to know about the trance state. Yeah, as I told you, what is the trance? When we actually chant the Hare Krishna mantra, or any person who goes into the samadhi stage, very fixed in his attention towards the Lord. That is the time when a person is inspired to do unnatural, superhuman activities. So that is empowered by the spiritual power. So trance stage is beyond the normal controls of our senses, and it is possible when the Lord inspires us, very happy with our elevation and with our karma altogether. So maybe Ramanujan, his karma is very good in his past lives, and so he has got this very special power of being very extraordinarily good in mathematics. So all the powers, Krishna tells, some people have extraordinary powers. Actually, Krishna is telling, I am the representative. Some people are very good in cricket, some people are very good in singing. So all these talents, Krishna tells, I am it is the sign of my presence. Krishna is only giving them. In the 10th chapter he recites that. So in that way we can understand that the trance state is nothing but by proper practice of meditation, authentic meditation, when he's empowered by the Lord to do unnatural super human activities. Okay. uh, Yes, but we should not artificially try to go in the trance state. We should follow the method prescribed in the scriptures. Sir, is the 13 unlucky number? Okay, 13 number is considered to be unlucky for those who are not properly following the scriptural injunctions and teachings of Bhagavad Gita, and or they are in still Vedic karma kandi process. But when we actually start following Krishna, the more we surrender to the teachings of Krishna, we see that many things become not applicable for the devotees. Like if one passes the body and the soul goes from the head, then he will go to higher planets, is not applicable for devotees. Even if the devotee dies in the accident, still he will go to a spiritual world. So many Vedic injunctions are there, like one of them is 13 is unlucky number or so. Example, many such things like the cat passes or so. Yeah, we can keep that in the mind. We can try to avoid it in case such things have happened, but we should not overly get obsessed with it, that okay, to think of this. Okay, repeatedly think negative thoughts, and I don't like to do yoga and meditation. Is chanting is enough to get rid of negative thoughts? Oh, wonderful. You don't have to bother of any other yoga, any other meditation, if you continue to do chanting and continue to attend these sessions and read Bhagavad Gita. And that combined process and association of devotees, you remember the food for soul I had put in the WhatsApp group: ABCD association. A for association, B for books, C for chanting, and D for diet, that is prasad. This ABCD will remove all your negative thoughts and your other things. Okay. Okay, Yashwant is asking that which musical instrument is better to learn to be calm and increase concentration. Okay, the best way to increase calm concentration is chanting. Okay, as far as musical instrument is concerned, I am not aware, but it can be different for different people, I feel. Okay, so our scriptural injunctions, we should follow the scriptures. If you want to control your mind and become more concentrated, then we have to give the charge to the owner, and Krishna is the owner of our mind and our senses, Rishikesha. And that is why we have to follow what Krishna tells. Then we can get the best concentration. Like Arjuna was able to focus, he was following the teachings of his spiritual master, Dronacharya. So he was practicing, so we have to practice. There is no shortcut to this concentration. But yes, as far as some musical instrument, it may help. There is no doubt about it. For different people, it may be mridangam, it can be violin, it can be kartal, it can be different, and that is my understanding. The diameter of the sun is about 108 times of that of the earth. Okay. I am not exactly aware of this number. There is there mentioned in the scriptures. Okay, which musical instrument does Krishna likes? I think undoubtedly many of you will know, that is the flute. One aspect which can be given in the scriptures, Acharya tells, the flute has many holes, but the flute has nothing to hide. It is R and par, and even though it suffers the hole, it suffers the drilling, the wood of the flute, but it gives out good sound. So the sacrificial nature of this flute is very very dear to Krishna, and Krishna likes such a spirit, and that is why he likes the flute. That is one of the understandings which I had read and heard from the scriptures. So I think I finished the question answers. In case anybody still has, you can post it. Meantime, I would request that let us chant 27 mantras, and then we can be, our consciousness will be ready to receive the toppers prizes and the certificate list. Okay, so let us prepare our consciousness. Yes, Manjesh is already waiting, and even we are waiting. But if all of you are okay, shall we chant 27 mantras? If all of you are okay, then please type yes in the chat box. Okay, yes, I am getting a few yeses already. And for now, thank you very much. You may not have beads with you, but you can chant on your fingers, or just you can focus now. Later on, maybe those who are interested, we can provide you with the beads. So you can just focus on this uh, sh- uh, Hare Krishna mantra. I will try to share the slide. Yeah. So you can repeat the Panchatattva mantra. I will try to tell you, and you can repeat after me. And then we will recite the Hare Krishna mantra together. Okay. So uh, Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Yes. So now together we will chant Hare Krishna mantra, and the speed will be something like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in that speed, we will try to chant at least around 27 mantras. Okay. So let us start together. And remember, three things you should follow: pronounce audibly so that you can hear, pronounce clearly, no mixing and cutting short, and hear your mantra. Okay, and be attentive. Do not get distracted. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Uh, in case anybody wants to share something about the chanting, you can share in the chat box how you felt. Some of you might have done for the first time. Okay, it was a very short mantra which we did only quarter minute. Maybe you can require some more amount of practice and some more amount. Um, Generally we do it for 108 times, so we wanted to also do it for 108 times for all of you who would be interested for that. Okay, so before we go ahead for announcing the results, any doubts about today's question about this chanting process? Okay, so I think all are clear and everybody is waiting now. So yes, we will announce the results now, but we also wanted poll an opinion that two things. We wanted to request that if all of you are okay, we will be continuing these sessions on Saturday, because once in a week instead of twice in a week. Okay, so I'll answer the doubts in case there are any. uh, yeah, that is, so is Saturday okay with you? And some of you were having opinion that you wanted to attend in the mornings, but we also have our morning program. So generally I am occupied till 9 o'clock or so. um, so after Saturday, for me 10 o'clock is okay, if it is in the morning. But if you are all okay with Saturday evening 7 o'clock, I am fine. And even Sunday evening, I am fine at 7 o'clock. Even on Sunday morning, we have programs till 10 o'clock, and I can be available only at 11 o'clock or so. So if Sunday or Saturday 11 o'clock is okay, then we will try to give it as a first option. Or if we'll see what majority of people of you are okay with it. So let me ask first of three options, that is Saturday morning 10 o'clock, Sunday morning 10 o'clock is the second option, or the third option can be Saturday evening 7 o'clock, or fourth option is Sunday evening 7 o'clock. So now let us take a poll. You can write in the chat box how many of you are okay for any time, or how many of you are okay with evening time. And because for me evening is more convenient as of now, because of my morning practices. And yes, regarding morning, we will slowly do our meditation in the morning times. Maybe this Hare Krishna chanting, we are planning that in case some of you are interested, on Zoom only we will try to do one round daily. Maybe I may come in the initial days, and then slowly one of my friend also, he will try to coordinate, so this habit forms. And you get the practice of chanting Hare Krishna daily. So that is why this Zoom coming together will be very helpful. So that is one option. So if all of you are okay for that, we will also do that for 15 minutes in the evenings around 7 o'clock to 7:15. And all of us can come together and chant one round. And there are no question and answers that time. Only one day we may have some question answers, let us say Wednesday or so. So we will do that morning session of this chanting later on in the morning times. So that is about coming to morning. So if all of you are okay, let me see the chat box, what is the opinions of different people. Okay, here is the thing. Anusha is telling, please post this in the session in the tube. Yes, we will do. Evening is best, is Pratik telling. Sharda is telling evening. Prinan is telling evening. Dhanush is also telling evening. Okay, Saturday, Sunday evening is best. So Saturday, Sunday evening. Okay, majority of them are evening. At 7 is the best. Okay, so I think with this we can understand that evening 7 o'clock is best. Now, amongst Saturday and Sunday, which do you prefer? Is Sunday better or Saturday? Now we will take a poll for that in the chat box. So if majority of you are okay with Saturday, we will continue Saturday one session, because we will have only one session per week, not two sessions. And we will try to have this regular chanting process, because that is the now main practical application which we want to focus on. Then we can really get the benefit of Bhagavad Gita. So let us see how many of you are okay with Saturday. You can write in the chat box. Okay, many of you are okay with Saturday. Prenan is okay with Saturday also, or Sunday also. Okay, Manjesh is raising hand. Yes, we will allow you to unmute yourself. We will take the poll and then we will finalize it. Okay, majority of them are coming on Saturday. So I think Saturday 7 o'clock is fine. Yes, so I think morning meditation we will keep on future, as many of you become more regular, and in case you are interested, we will shift it to Saturday morning, on the weekdays morning. So, okay. Yeah. So I think Saturdays, majority of you are okay. And in case later somebody has concern, we will try to shift. So Saturday 7 o'clock will be our weekly session. Like this, it will go till 8:15, 8:30 with question answers. And weekdays, we will have a chanting session of one round, which will take around 10 minutes for you at this time. And no question answer, nothing. Okay, just 10 minutes of chanting. You have to log in at 7 o'clock sharp, and 7:10 the chanting will be over. And in case somebody has any doubts, you can keep it for Wednesday or so. And there that time we can keep sharing our doubts. So we will start with one round daily. Okay, if those who of you are already chanting one round, you can try to increase to 2 rounds. So there is no harm in that. And let us see how many of you are interested for this daily one round meeting at 7 o'clock. Is everybody? It's possible for everybody, or this 7 o'clock time is difficult? Okay, Aishwarya says yes. Manjesh says yes. Yashwant says yes. Okay, Dhanush Sahana says yes. Okay, very good. So we have many of yes coming. Pratik and Rakshita saying yes. Okay, so evening 7 o'clock. This is for chanting from Monday or a Sunday to Friday. Because Saturday will be our regular session of 1 hour. So with this, we can get a fair idea. And in case somebody has any concerns, you can let us know. But I can really tell you, if you attend this one round daily, your chanting will become so nice. And we may not discuss also, not much question answer, maybe a couple of minute or so, and we will end it sharp by 7:15 maximum. I will try to come in the initial days, and later on, suppose I am busy, I will request my one senior student of mine. He will try to coordinate it, because there only you have to chant with him. Okay, there is no question answer. When it comes to question answer, I will come personally. So that is about the regular sessions. Now let us announce the results, which all of you might be awaiting for very eagerly. And here are the results which we have shared it. Okay, I'll share the screen. So, yes, let us prepare the consciousness. These five people might be the toppers, those who have scored very nicely. But everybody of you are actually a winner, because you have attended this Bhagavad Gita sincerely, and Krishna has taken note of you. So, this is just a motivation thing, that because those of them have very attentively heard, and to give them more inspiration, we have done this. And there is no competition in spiritual life. Actually, sincerity is what counts. Even though somebody might have scored less, but if he applies nicely, he will be more progressing in the spiritual path. So no comparison, all of you are winners. This is just to inspire you. Yes, all the winners will be getting a surprise gift, which will be sent courier to your place. Okay, so where is the list here? Okay. Here. Okay. So here is the list. As you can see in the screen, the top five people are Yashwant, Shivani, Mahesh, Parth Umaralya, Rakshita, KK, and Yogita GS. So these are the five toppers. Congratulations to all five of you. Some of you, I hope many of you are present here out of the five. Let us see who are there. Yashwant is there. Yes. Rakshita is there. Yes. Then our okay. Who else is there? Okay, two of them of the toppers. I am able to see them as of now. Let me share the screen again of the toppers. So here is Yashwant, Shivani, Parth, Rakshita, and Yogita. Okay, so I guess two of them are present here. Regarding Anusha's question, whether you can chant Hare Krishna, Hare Rama first and then Hare Krishna, it is fine for now. But the recommended way is Hare Krishna. If you can, it is fine. Otherwise, you can continue. So, congratulations and hearty congratulations to all these five. I have seen their marks, they are very nice. Almost they have covered 90 plus percentage of the quiz questions. And it is very important that we attentively hear the classes, because that will help us to reach to the perfection stage. So, you can take notes whenever I am speaking, because many points we speak we might have heard for the first time and you may forget it. But just keeping the notes of those points which you like and which you want to apply it, that will help you. So very attentively you can hear the classes. And others, those who have performed well and those who have got certificate, who are eligible for certificate, you remember we had told the criteria 50 percentage marks in the quiz. So many of you have attended, and those who have not reached 50 percentage marks, we request you that do not get discouraged. this is only an inspiration for you to continue attending our sessions, and you will quickly make up for it. We are trying to at least make sure that you have attended at least 50 percentage knowledge you have tried to grab it. Okay, because then only it will be valuable. Otherwise there is no certificate. Actually certificate has no market value, it has no job value, etc. But Krishna gives the certificate. Okay, so on behalf of Krishna we are just trying to recognize all of your participation. But do not worry, even if you don't get certificate, you can still continue attending and get the benefit. So Anish Thakkar, these are the names who have eligible for certificate. Needless to say, the top 5 people will be getting certificate, and we will be sending the soft copies very soon at your email id. Veena S, Aishwarya Sharma, Brunda, Chinmay Patade, Anusha A, Shamita NC, Vishal M, Aishwarya S already, and another Aishwarya, Sharda, Vyankatesh Jadhav, Manjesh M, Priyanka Rajbhar, Gyanesh, Trimbak Patil, Dhanush M, and Lavani. So these are the other 17 participants who are eligible for taking certificates. So kindly note, 5 people are toppers, they will be getting certificate and the prizes, and all the others are also eligible for certificate, other 17. Okay, so what about the others, those who have not been qualified over here? Yes, probably your marks might be lesser and that is why your name has not come. Do not worry, you can continue attending the sessions, and soon Krishna will give you and he will note you. uh, yes, now let me take some chat questions. Manjesh is asking, I would like to be loyal, I have not attended one true classes, I really don't deserve the certificate. No problem, actually the criteria was not the number of sessions you attend. Maybe you have missed one or two sessions, no problem, but you have scored 50 percentage marks. So it can be possible that even we were attended all 6 sessions, we would have forgotten. But probably you have attended the quiz nicely, whatever you have attended it has been gone understood nicely, and that is why you were eligible for the certificate. So that is why I am telling, do not go with this certificate thing only. Yes, this is also important, and those who have attended nicely, that is why they are getting this certificate. And those others who might have not got, you can try to attend our future sessions, and we'll make sure that Krishna is very much recommending the bhakti and the happiness, which is the ultimate benefit of attending Bhagavad Gita classes and attaining our perfection. So we will be having very very nice interactive sessions in the future, and I hope to serve you all in some or the other way. I may not be perfect, but what I'm trying to speak is what Prabhupada is speaking according to Bhagavad Gita and the Parampara. So even if I may not be perfect, what I'm trying to give will surely help you. And yes, some mistakes I might have made here and there, I beg forgiveness and I try to get correct for that. I will make sure that I refer my seniors and get back to you. Yeah, some of the questions like Chiranjeevi, I had asked my senior that even though Parshuram is Chiranjeevi, Chiranjeevi does not mean that he is Amar. The word Chiranjeevi means that is a long life. So a long life also comes to an end. So yes, what are the exact reasons? I could not get it. I will try to get in the next session. So our devotees will put in the WhatsApp the email, the link wherein you can fill your details, where all of you will get prasad, and also you will be getting the certificate online, and your gifts also you will be sent by a courier to all of you. So now tomorrow we will be meeting at 7 o'clock for the chanting session, and the Zoom link also will be posted in the WhatsApp group. So I think that is fine, and I have a hand raise. Yashwant is trying to raise a hand. Is Yashwant, you want to share something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, it was a wonderful session. I learned a lot from the whole sessions, Prabhuji, and I also tried to implement, and I'm a little bit improving, Prabhuji. Thank you for all the sessions. I'm very grateful to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
And
Yashwant. May I know from where you are, where you stay, and what do you do in brief?
Prabhuji, I completed my BTech, Prabhuji. Currently, I am a junior research fellow at Indian Institute of Science, Prabhuji. I'm in Bangalore. Currently, I'm basically from Tumkur. It's the next city to Bangalore. but I am a researcher in IISc, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you very much, Yashwant. Have you attended such sessions before anywhere?
Yes, Prabhuji, I attended in HBR layout. One online they did, Prabhuji. Uh,
Okay.
I remember the name.
Thank you. Thank you
Subandhu
very much,
Govi.
Yashwant. Hope we will be in touch with you in our future sessions.
Sure. Prabhuji, I have one question, Prabhuji.
Okay, please go
Uh,
ahead.
Prabhuji, here, see, Prabhuji, COVID thing, there is a lot of thing going on. To test the drug, we do lot of animal studies, Prabhuji, on rats, rabbits. We kill lot of animals. So we need to do it, Prabhuji, because to test the drugs. Is it considered a crime, Prabhuji?
Okay, very good question. He's asking whether testing on the animals and killing them also may be a part of it. Is it a crime or not? When it comes to testing, yes. So we have to understand that yes, killing an animal is surely a crime. However, we have to understand that there is a lesser law and a higher law. So why we are doing this testing is to save many more deaths which may happen, and human birth is very important. So either the humans will die or the animals may die. So when we do this in that spirit, so that may incur less reaction. So it is not that the activity itself is the consideration. We have to check that what is the purpose of the activity. For example, I will give you a simple example. If a soldier kills a intruder, a terrorist at the border, then the soldier will be given a prize by the government. But the same soldier, when he comes in a civil dress in the city and kills even one person, he will be hanged or he will be punished. So the activity is the same. He is killing in the border in the soldier dress, and he is killing in the city also without a civil dress. So in either case, he is doing the same activity, but the purpose is completely different. So what is more important, we have to focus on the purpose. We are not doing experimentation for our own benefit or our own help. We are trying to do a higher cause. But yes, I will give you another example, is blood donation. When we donate blood, is it good or bad? Again, who is the person who is getting the blood? Is he going to do good activity or bad? If he does bad activity, then we get a bad karma. Similarly, if you are doing animal research, kill animal and save a human being who will become a terrorist, then that is not good. Does it help to some extent, Yashwant?
Yes, Prabhuji. It helped, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So let us end today for now, and I hope to see you all again in the next session on Saturday, 7 o'clock. And tomorrow I will be coming for chanting at 7 o'clock sharp. So those who are of you are interested can join us. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.